Hi, I'm Tim Roble, and welcome to another episode of Adventure Athlete. Today we're talking about build day 11, which will actually be starting in the morning. So the last couple of days, as you can tell, we got wind blowing, and that's what's really messed me up the last couple of days is the wind. Yesterday we had 35, 40 mile an hour winds. That was a down day. Today is Tuesday, and I was scheduled to go pick up all the metal for the box and start framing all that up. Build day 10, pretty much this is what I got knocked out. I cut out this cross member here. I got all the hydraulics loose, the pump, whatever this electrical thing is, some type of isolator or junction box or whatever. I'm working on getting that moved. As you can see, I got the spare tire out, everything cut out and worked on. Probably going to have to get some shorter hoses for the air hydraulic pump. I'm planning on locating that right here. For right now, I'm thinking about I'm going to fab up a bracket and kind of mount this like right in this location, maybe a little lower so it doesn't impede so much with the box, and then do another bracket to fab up the hand pump to go there. One of the things that I did have a question with was I found out from Martin at FMTV Sales that this box that came off the top of the air cleaner is a anti-lock brake module. So I do need to keep that, and I do need to figure out placement where I'm going to put that. But I just heard from Steve, some of you know him as Lou from Tracks Off Grid. He's got me another Donaldson filter. It showed up at his shop instead of mine. I talked to him on the phone today. Great guy to deal with. If you guys have got any questions and need parts or cool stuff for your stuff, shout out to Steve at Tracks Off Grid. This is his air cleaner assembly that allows the removal of the stock unit, and we're using two of these Donaldsons. And off the top of my head, I think it's like a D0029 or something. Anyway, he's got the kits. I don't know the exact price on those, but give him a call. Basically what that's going to do is allow me to mount all of this stuff closer to the cab, because I'm going to build around all of this, and there will be another one up here. But the rest of the box is going to be pretty close. I think I'm planning on somewhere around an inch, inch and a half. You can see on the back of the cab, in Sharpie. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Yeah, I got some Sharpie marks. So basically the open's going to be about 2 feet by 28 inches. And I will frame that all up. It's going to have a sliding door inside on the cab, and then inside on the Habitat it'll have the same type of sliding door, weather tight. And then I'll work on some type of shielding or some type of boots, but I don't plan on driving down the road with the pass-through open. Maybe the last couple of miles, if we're in a hot environment, I may open that up just to blow some of the AC before we get AC running. But as you can tell, we got a big pile of metal. Industrial Metal Supplies used to deliver to the house. This is what 2,000 pounds of 2x2 and 2.5 by 253 tubing looks like. So there's a mixture of metal thicknesses here. It's all 2x2 except for the female trailer hitch, which is a 2.5 by 2.5 by 253, and that's seamless inside, so that accepts the 1/4 inch tube. I'm using that for the back bumper, and then for the lifts for the tires, which will be somewhere here. So as we're looking at this truck, as I measure everything out, a 28-foot box comes all the way back and touches basically the fence. On the frame rail, not all the way to the bulkhead, but real close. I'm probably 6 inches off right there, but you can see right here I have a little mark, and that says 19 foot. So I physically got about almost 20 feet of frame rail, and then I'll be extending off of that. I'm thinking I'm gonna lay everything out as a 28-foot box, and if it just, when I pull everything out, looks too big, easier to cut something down than to make something grow. So 28-foot box is going to be the plan right now. It's going to be 8 foot wide. The interior height is going to be 6'6", and then on the measuring tape, not counting solar panels, which will add another couple inches, it looks like that's going to put me in around 11.3 marker. The U-Haul I drove today to go pick up that metal was 12 foot tall, and had plenty of room. Looks like most of the overpasses are 14.2. But doing my research, it looks like somewhere in the neighborhood of 13.6 is kind of like the legal limit for a motorhome. Legal width is 102. And then they talk about another word that I don't know what it is, but basically an appendage or like a mirror sticking out or an awning. They allow for 6 more inches over 102. And I was wondering if I could get away with that for the tires. That's in my head. I'm probably at 20% considering going that path, because if I do the 74-inch opening so I can get my side-by-side in, that'll put those tires right at, I think 106 is what I come up with on paper with the lift and everything. So I would be 4 inches over the legal limit, but still within that little clause. I don't know if I want to chance it or not. What do you guys think? I'm taking opinions right now because nothing's set in stone. Tomorrow I will lay out the main rails for the habitat, and they're going to come down on here. I'm going to do something so like it's not a 20-footer just, you know, terminating there and then a little bit off. So I'll do something like a 20-foot tube that comes in and has a splice in the center, and I probably won't do those splices the same. They'll probably be a couple foot off, just not to create a shear plane in the habitat. It is going to be laced up every 2 feet on center, so you can put a 4x8 sheet of plywood in there and everything will be a nominal size. You just have to notch around the uprights, which are also going to be 2 foot on center. But this is what this all looks like over here. Here's this module that I talked about. I looked that up. I thought it might have been a chemical weapons detector, and I was told that went on top of this, so that makes sense. Because there's a lot of wires coming to this. So what I was thinking is I'm missing one on this side. I gotta replug in, but I gotta figure out a way to a place to mount this bracket, and that's gonna, you know, everything I want to do is up on this beam or down below the habitat. So wherever I can put that's gonna work, and I can still have access to change it out if I need to. Still have not installed the Midwest military equipment airbags. Right now that's going to be on a hold, but before I get serious with this whole box part, I want to put those in because I want to see the travel of the airbags and how high it's going to jack the cab versus I think I'm deflated right now, so we're at pure bottom, and I want to see how high it goes. This is your cab leveling switch, and I had to I used the factory hole here. I cut the top one, and I'm gonna drill that tomorrow and nut and bolt it also. So I'll be working on getting these Donaldson air cleaners in, some of the piping done, because right now I'm down. I have the intake taped up, so that'll be one of the things that gets done in the next couple of days, this week for sure, and go from there. So working on you know, some of the packaging. Oh, another thing that I had an issue with was the ether for the quick start. I am removing that for now, but I'm going to make the wires up here so I can get to it again if I need it. From everyone I talked to, the ether is not a good thing for the diesel motors. The military did put this system on this truck, but I'm going with the Trax off-grid once again. Lou, he's got the block heaters. It goes in line with the kind of works like the diesel heater for inside on the truck. So what that does is it pipes into the coolant and it runs coolant through and warms everything up. I just got off the phone with him. He's telling me that takes about 30 minutes. So 30 minutes before you want to, you know, crank up in cold weather, you will start that and run it, and that'll get the block and everything soaked with heat. So up to, I think he said something crazy like 190 degrees before you even fire it up. So we'll work on getting that plumbed in. A lot of things I'm learning, you know, every day I'm here taking something apart, playing with something. I'm learning something. While we're talking about that, I did order a plug and cap kit that I wanted to show for anybody else that was doing this. I ordered this off of Amazon. One of the things that they had in stock, and you know, I know the lines on this are all AN, but I guess it's a JIC also, whatever that stands for. I don't really know, but it's the same JIC cap and plug assortment. And you open this up, and this will be something that travels with me in the truck in case there is a failure or something that I need to cap or plug. It's a nice little kit. I think it was about 65 bucks, and well worth the investment. But I removed the spare tire, so I used a couple caps here on this. I was going to pull these plugs out, and those happen to be O-ringed on the backside, so I thought I'd just leave those and just cap it. I put pressure to it. There's no leaks. That's a good thing. I hate leaks. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been working through, just a little bit. I got a big puzzle here. I usually don't like to take everything apart at once and then put it all back together because it's hard to remember. Good thing is I got a video to resort back to see how things looked when they were together, so that helps. That's part of my process that I enjoy doing my own videos to watch as a reference, so I know how to put stuff back together. But you can see I kept these. This was that second bulkhead that held all of the spare tire carrier and rack. Why I'm thinking about that, I did want to keep the hydraulics for this, and I did retain the cylinder. I may at some point in time want to add some type of hydraulic accessory to this, and I'll just plug in and use that as a port for it. You know, maybe I use the same ram. Maybe I want to do a wood splitter or something that I can unload and plug in and use. I don't know, but I just like to have options. So we're just always kind of thinking. And what would you do with a hydraulic component, a hydraulic ram? You know, I already have a ram on my tube bender. But, you know, who knows? You know, it just gives you options out there. So if you guys think of something cool for that, I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. Other than that, that's about it. Been getting parts in. I'm pretty much about 90% complete for parts. I'm ordering stupid stuff now, like surround sound for the theater room. I ordered the seats yesterday for the theater room. Basically, how I'm going to configure this truck, for those of you that are interested, is all the way up front is we're going to be 8 foot wide. I have a 100-gallon water tank, and it's going to sit upright. It's 11 inches wide, and it's going to sit upright on the back corner over here. Not that I really am crazy about putting the weight up and down in the truck, but above that will be the TV. And then the bed, the king-size bed, will be on lifts, and that'll lift up, and that'll take about a foot of ceiling space. But the recliner chairs will be over here, so you'll be looking at a TV that'll be as high as it can be and not be in the way of the bed. And so when the bed comes down, it'll clear the TV, so you can watch TV in bed also. Thinking probably 65-inch. I do have the dish network like I have on the adventure truck. Little dome. It's going to go up on the cab of the truck. Let me see if I can get that in the picture. Yeah, the little dome up there that's got the NASA sticker on it is the dish network auto track. I have that with 2 leads for this truck because I am going to put a TV in the garage that swivels out for an outside theater. That TV will probably be a 70-inch. Is just my thinking. But that's going to take up 6 foot 5 inches with the bed and area. And then right over on this side here will be just a small little booth. I got nice leather cushions for that out of the Thor Outlaw from Sam and Ty Buttrey. Thank you guys, as well as the lift. And then across from there will be, I think I'm going to do the stove, the wood burner, then the sink, and then I'll have the Snowmaster refrigerator. And then over on this side, I'm going to have the upright next to that booth, since the door opens that way and it's not reversible. And then running across here as the bulkhead, 3 foot by 5 foot will be a shower, which will be about 28 inches by 3 feet. And then the Thetford porta potty and a sink and a door. That'll be a packaging, something fun to package. And then from there will be a toolbox. There will be a ladder going up to the roof because there's going to be an upper deck on this. 1,500 watts of solar will be somewhere from this area going forward. I am running a Panasonic mini split that I got from Steve at Tracks Off Grid, as well as a Domatic air conditioner that I bought off of Amazon. And I just wanted the option to be able to have both units for like when we're at Newport Dunes or something, or somewhere it's hot and we're plugged in. And then the rest of this in the back garage will be, you know, I'll have some shelving. I am going to do a right on the booth. I'm going to have a not a window, but basically a door that opens up. I'm going to keep the windows to a minimum. There'll be a couple, there's 3 Max Air fans going in it. One will be over the stove. One will be over the booth. And then the booth will also have that window in it. So subject to change as, you know, I'm fluid with the build. I got it in my head. I got numbers down. It looks like things are starting to work out pretty well. Right now, the interior height is going to be 6 foot 6 inches. And that's done because you take a 20-foot piece of tubing and you cut it into thirds, and you can come up with just a little over 6 foot 6. So a lot of times the ends of this tube is a little dinked. So I like to leave just a little bit that I can cut off and get a fresh square piece and go from there. So it'll be framed up 6 foot 6, and then a top will go on that. We'll have an inch floor, and then about probably another 3/4 on the top for the tongue and groove. In the theater and bedroom, that's going to be all carpet. And then the everything will be rhino lined for the marine grade plywood all the way, both sides and the sides especially, so it lasts for a long time. I had great luck with that in the truck. No, I don't have any delamination or anything going weird. I am going to utilize these bolt holes, and I ordered some structural steel. I think they're an A356 fastener, like they put I-beams and stuff together with. So I will run bolts in here probably every couple of feet and tie that in with those A56 fasteners. Back here is going to be a weldment, and that's going to continue out to the back bumper, and then that'll all truss and tie in. And then there'll probably be a triangulated piece that comes back just in case we get hit that disperse the load. That's about it. That's about what I can think of. Tomorrow's going to be a big, exciting build day. It looks like the wind is dying down, which is killing me, but it's part of it. You know, sometimes you got to take the good and the bad with the situation. Yesterday, I finally had a nap for a couple hours. I laid down and I pretty much just died, and I'm sleeping through the night now. So I think I'm through that initial excitement of this build, and now I'm just into doing the grunt and the grind work. I'm almost to my favorite part, which is building this habitat. That should come along very quick. I think for a 10-day work week, I can probably knock out most of the flatbed and have that all welded out, tied in, and then ready to go up in the next 10 days. So I'm thinking 20 full work days I should have some type of box. I'm thinking the rear spare carriers are probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of that's probably going to take a full week, full 7 days to manufacture the parts and make the mechanism and the winch and the lift, everything work in conjunction. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Your comments are awesome. Keep them coming, please. You like this type of thing, hit subscribe. Give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs down. Let me know why you think the video sucked and what I can do to improve. I'm always looking to do better. I know I am a little long-winded, but I tried to make this educational, a little informative, and sometimes entertaining with my hand gestures. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm Tim Rubble, and I'll catch you here next time.